Hi and welcome to Barbecuing with Big Les. I'm Big Les and here we go again, another cook. We're going to go with some ribs today, baby back ribs. I'm going to start with the ribs. I'll start with a nice cut. These are from one of our local butchers, Spellman's. If you're in the Scunthorpe area, go give them a try, they're fantastic meat. We're going to start by taking off the membrane, and I'm sure this is going to go really well today. We'll give it a go. And one of the best things that you can do is take a blunt knife or a butter knife, and on the bone we're going to just start to tease it up, and as we work that up, just get our finger in, start to loosen it off. And then with a piece of paper towel, just to grip it. If you're lucky, like that one, it comes off in a oneer. Make sure there's any straggly pieces, just pull them off. I'm going to do this 12 acts of ribs, but just for today I'll show you a demo on this one. We're then going to hit the rib up with some French yellow mustard, just to act as a binder, and we are going to get all sides. Okay, not too thick, it's not for flavour, it's just to help our rub stick. Today I am using my sweet pork rub. It's one I'm trying out, but obviously try one of your favourite rubs, any pork rub will do. This has got a lot of paprika and brown sugar in it to really work with that pork. If anyone is interested in the recipe, I can do a video on making the rub. Get these coated up. Give that a second. Give her a flip. Again, you want to get a nice even coat. On the ribs. You're going to let that sit on the board for 5 to 10 minutes just to start sweating up, or if you want to sort of marinate ahead of time, you could do it overnight. Let the ribs and the rub get to know each other, but today, just for ease, I'm rubbing them up now and we'll get them in the smoker. I'll get these other ones prepped up and then I'll get to putting them on the grill. See you in a minute. And in the miracle of camera editing, they're all done. Got them sat on the board, just hanging out, getting to know each other. You can see that the salts are starting to make the meat sweat. So we'll give them another 5 minutes and then we'll get to opening the barbecue. On with the barbecue, we've got the barbecue set up. We're going to be running 110 degrees Celsius, 225 degrees Fahrenheit. We've got the water pan in, and I've got one piece of beech in the barbecue. I do enjoy using this fornetto basso smoker, again would highly recommend. Right, the ribs have been sitting on the board for 10 minutes now. Like I said, the salts have started to draw the moisture out, so it's time to get them into our smoker. I'll open the smoker up. I know these smokers are multi-layered, but just to save messing around dropping down onto the other shelf, I've got myself a rib rack so that we can get all 4 ribs, hopefully all 4 ribs, on the top shelf. I can keep the temperatures all the same amount of smoke exposure, so hopefully all 4 ribs will cook the same. I'll take the ribs and I'm going to load them into our rib rack. Maybe we should have started from the back. Sorry, that's the alarm going off because I've lifted the lid. So I'm using the ThermPro digital thermometer to monitor the temps, and as you can see there, the alarm had gone off because the temps started dropping as I've lifted the lid. Right, we have all 4 racks in the rib. I might just move these around slightly just to give a bit better spacing. And trusty tea towel, just clean my hands. Does the lid fit? It does. Nope. Right, we're going to let that temp get back up to 110 degrees Celsius, 225 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to let them now smoke. We're not even going to lift the lid now for the next 3 hours. In 3 hours we'll come back, we'll get to wrapping them, braising them up. See you in the next stage of the cook. Take care, guys. Right, it's been 3 hours now, and as you can see, I've got plenty of smoke on the ribs. The back's nicely set. As you can see, it's not scratching off. So it's time to take one of these off, and we're going to give them a wrap. We're going to lay them down on a bed of brown sugar. I'm going to get my hickory knife and cut myself some butter, a couple of pieces of butter. Oh, excuse me. Runny honey. Always makes the best noises. And then we're going to lay that rib on top, and we're going to do the same to the back side. We're going to get plenty of sugar, honey, and a little bit of butter. And then we're going to make a little tent. Going to pull these up. And just to make some braising liquid, I'm going to take some Coca-Cola. And we're going to put a little bit of Coca-Cola in there. Be enough. And when you're wrapping these, you need to wrap them as tight as possible because you don't want them to steam. You just want it to braise nicely. And just to make sure that the ribs don't come through, if we've got any bones, we'll take a double wrap. Now, we'll get all 4 done like that and get them back on the grill. We've been about 2 hours now, and about halfway through I did swap them over. I did it off camera. I'm busy making a kitchen for my nephew, a little mud kitchen. I'm sure you'll all see it in a post at some point on Instagram. I'm going to whip the ribs off the board. Ow, they're hot. I shall use a tea towel. That's what the tea towel was there for. Get them off. Hopefully don't lose any juices. Oh. Sorry, I'm going to have to let Buster in. Come on, Bust. Buster's come because he knows there's ribs. Right, we're going to get the rib wrap back on. I'll just pop the lid on the barbecue so we're not losing too much heat. Right. I brought the tray out just to make sure that we don't lose any juices. Open them up. These are really hot. Just pull that back, just drop that down. Right, we've got some nice colour on the ribs, got some pull back on the bone. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a bit of a glazing stage. What I've done is I've took some of my Kansas City barbecue sauce and I've just let that down with a little bit of Coca-Cola to keep the sort of the flavour profile going through that braising liquid, just to make it nice for brushing on. And we're going to start with that bone side and we'll give it all a nice paint, get it nice and shiny. I will get you a close-up on the next one, but I'll get this one on. We'll get it painted up. Then we're going to pop it back into the smoker and we'll give it maybe another hour just to let it set. Could be half an hour, 45 minutes. Just depends on how well you want the glaze to set. We don't want it to burn. We just want it nice and shiny. I have to say these ribs are looking pretty damn fine. That's the first one done. I am going to save all them juices and collect them in a minute. Right, lid off. Take that first rib, nice and shiny. I'm going to pop that back in the grill. So I've got all 4 ribs back into the rib rack. You can see the nice glossy shine on them. Buster's gonna stand guard at you, Bust. If I just take you in, you can see pull back on the bones. You can see that beautiful mahogany colour from the smoke and from the rub. Just get the glaze to set up and we'll see you shortly. The ribs have been on for just over 30 minutes. I didn't want to take them any further. Like I said, the ribs were cooked before they went in, nice and tender. It was just to set that glaze on the outside. So we shall take them out, and I'm sure I'll come in for a close-up in a minute. You'll see absolutely beautiful shine. Super hot. My favourite saying. I'm going to definitely have to get that on a t-shirt one day. We'll get them off. I'll get a quick close-up first, then we'll get into slicing. You can see beautiful glossy shine on the outside. Let's just come round. Nice pull back on the bone. These are backyard eating ribs. We're not in for competition. I think you say they're pretty, damn pretty them. Beautiful shine. Clean my fingers. Take my old hickory. I had to treat myself. Always wanted an old hickory. I'm going to flip it over to the bone side so we can see where we're cutting. I'm going to cut straight down. I'll take a couple of ribs off. Nice smoke ring. I'm concentrating because I've got a sharp knife. Let's line them up. Nice and pretty ribs. Split that one. Oops. Again, easy to do it from the back side. You can see what you're doing. Oops. Stack them nice and pretty. Let me whip one off from the end, where you can see how tender that is. Just come up to the camera. Nice and juicy. Nice bite. If I want the bone, just comes out just super tender. Again, Buster's on the wrong side of the fence. Come on, dog. Buster, the chief taste tester. They're really tasty, them. We pull a bit off of the dog. Bust, going in for the taste test. Absolutely lovely. We're going to get these sliced up on the inside. Everyone's going to enjoy these. We're having some fried potatoes with them tonight. If you like the video, don't forget to give us a like. If you're enjoying the videos, subscribe, hit that notification button. If you want to check out any of my future videos, they'll be coming up on this side here. Give them a click, enjoy it. Any comments, leave them down below. I like to see your comments, I like to talk to you all. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.